London officials have ruled that a developer cannot turn this great old Anglican church into a wellness center where ladies get facials and have their legs waxed. In the 1800s, St. Mark's Church in the Mayfair district on London's West End echoed the sermons of some of Britain's great preachers and was the church where Supreme Allied Commander Dwight Eisenhower and his staff worshipped during World War II. But it was abandoned in the 1970s and left to crumble for 2 decades before ministers Rod and Julie Anderson discovered it as they walked down the street.
And basically we had a prayer meeting 17 years ago, walked out on the street, and I said, what's the matter with that building? Why can't we have church there?
Got the doors opened and walked inside of this beautiful, beautiful church to find all the pews pushed to the side and literally about 2 inches worth of pigeon droppings everywhere in this entire church.
And through a series of amazing events, God opened up the door all those years ago.
Commonwealth Church became a vital part of Mayfair, meeting the needs of the poor and elderly. But last year, Commonwealth was evicted from St. Mark's by the Church of England so that the building could be sold to raise cash. This fence was erected after Commonwealth Church was evicted from St. Mark's. It's intended to keep out the homeless, the very people Commonwealth was trying to serve. Commonwealth now worships in a hotel convention center and is thriving there. But the Mayfair community has rallied behind them, creating a public campaign to fight the sale of St. Mark's. Kirk Mitchell, who told us he's not a Christian, heads the effort.
For 14 years, the Commonwealth Christian Fellowship have been interacting with our local community in ways of practical assistance, in ways of spiritual assistance, in ways of friendship. There is not another church in Mayfair that reaches out to the local community and offers the types of practical assistance that's ever been offered to them before and since.
The developer who wanted to buy St. Mark's had already turned one historic London church, Holy Trinity, into a so-called event center, where a recent art exhibition featured Christ in an electric chair, a gorilla on the cross, and the levitating head of John the Baptist. And a few months ago, after St. Mark's had had a fence around it to keep out the poor, the church was opened up again to the rich for this fashion show. But a few weeks ago, London officials decided St. Mark's should remain a place of worship. It may not be returned to Commonwealth Church, but the Andersons say the important thing is that St. Mark's remains a place of worship.
God has kept this since the 1800s. The purpose of this building is it's a holy house of prayer to His glory. There's a restricted covenant that says this shall be a place of worship forever. What do we not understand about forever?
Dale Hurd, CBN News, London.